In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to fix error compiling movie via Media Encoder. If you're hitting that frustrating error when exporting, don't worry. This walkthrough will guide you through two reliable approaches that keep your project intact while changing how it's encoded. First, open your export settings. In the Queue or Export panel, click the preset name or the format text to bring up the full settings window. This is where we'll make a small but important change. Look for the performance option under your encoding settings and switch it from hardware encoding to software encoding. Hardware encoding uses your GPU and its drivers to accelerate the process, which is great when it works, but it can trigger the compile error with certain footage, effects, or driver configurations. Software encoding shifts the job to your CPU, which is typically more stable and consistent for tricky timelines. It might be slower, but it often prevents the error outright. Once you've made that change, export again using the same format and settings you had before. If you still see the error, especially when exporting to MP4 using H.264, try changing the export format. Instead of H.264, choose QuickTime as the format and select a robust codec like ProRes 422. Keep your resolution, frame rate, and other project-specific settings the same so your output matches what you intended. You're only changing the wrapper and codec. ProRes 422 is an intra-frame codec, meaning each frame is encoded more independently. It's less compressed, more edit-friendly, and far less prone to those compile hiccups. The trade-off is a larger file, but it's a reliable way to get a clean export without altering the look of your project. If you ultimately need an MP4, you can re-encode that new .mov file in Media Encoder. Drop the ProRes.mov into your queue, select H.264 as the format, and pick a preset that matches your desired delivery, keeping your frame size and frame rate consistent with the original. Because the ProRes file is already clean and stable, this final transcode to MP4 typically sails through without the compile error. To recap, start by switching performance from hardware to software encoding and export again. If MP4 H.264 still fails, export to QuickTime with ProRes 422, then convert that .mov to H.264 in Media Encoder. These methods don't change your creative work. They just adjust how the file is encoded so you can deliver on time with confidence.